Hello! I was an ordinary guy living an ordinary life. And I was eating everything I find delicious and everything I liked. At least I thought so. And everything was more or less fine. But somewhere deep inside me, I was thinking, maybe not everything is so good or so fine as I'm thinking now. And I think it's my genes, but I'm quite slim and fortunately I did not have many health issues as well. Well, of course, I'm not eating McDonald's every day and so on. I was eating it just sometimes a little bit from time to time. But I was still, somewhere deep inside me, I was still thinking something is not totally right. And I decided that it would be a good idea to try to know more about the food we are eating. And I came across a program called WildFit. Not sure if you heard about it or not, but that does not matter this time. And it turns out the food we are eating is not that good if you think from the perspective of how long humans were evolving. Now imagine, humans on Earth, it's dating that they are here from around 300,000 years ago. That's a huge amount of time. It's like now 2020, so 2020, and it's like all the civilization started 2000 years ago. And we're living for 300,000 years. That's a huge amount of time. What were we eating all the time? Well, there were like not big groups of people walking around the environment, around the forest and so on, and picking the fruits, meat, hunting. Actually, it's like hunters and gatherers or pickers. I'm not sure how to correctly tell this period of time when humans were walking around, picking what they were able to find, and hunting. So like fruits, I think vegetables, they were not, maybe a little bit, yeah, meat and maybe some mushrooms. And this is how we lived almost all entire period. It's like we were evolving with this structure. Until about 10,000 years ago, people started to do the agriculture, like grains, bread, and many other agricultural things. So now imagine that it would be easier for you to imagine. If, let's say, 3,000 years is like teenager who is 18 years old now. Yeah, imagine. Teenager, human is evolving for 300,000 years, and this is like a 18 years old teenager. So for that teenager, it would be like 6-7 months of eating different food when it was hitting whole life of his. Imagine 18 years old person who was eating totally different food, and now for 7 months it's eating a different food. So like grains and some other things and so on and so on. It might be good, it might be not, but it's totally different from what he was used to eat. He might feel well, good, he might feel not so well, who knows? Because this is a new food for him. Now imagine, for example, sugar. People started to harvest, to make the sugar for around 2,500 years ago. That's even less. If you take from that teenager perspective, it would be 1, maybe around 2 months of his life. Yes, humans were eating sugar before, but it was natural sugar. It was from plants, it was from fruits. Now it's refined sugar, it's totally different. and we are getting the sugar in all the food we are eating, almost all the food. So that actually blew me away. I mean, I did not thought about what I was eating. I was just eating what I find. And this is really serious, I would say. This food situation is really serious because we are eating so much crap, actually, but it's hard to imagine. Now, food companies, they're making all kind of food. If you look at the list of ingredients, you'll find sugar almost everywhere. Now, do food company wants that you would be healthy? I don't think so. They want profit. Like any other company, they want profit. Do they care about people, about you? As much as you would not die. That's all. Everything else? Give him money, money, profit, that's all. And we're eating all that stuff. And that's why many people has all kind of disease, illnesses, and so on. Like I said, I was a little bit lucky because I'm living in the country where we can get quite healthy food, and my genes are that, like my family tree and so on, all were quite skinny, so everything goes very quickly and fast through my body. So I think that's also maybe a blood type. Yeah, it might be related actually with a blood type. So everything goes quite fast through my body. So I did not need to add any effort to be like I'm now. But still, I was not, well, I had some symptoms because I'm not the teenager anymore, which I was curious about. So I started to learn more and I took that program, which is actually more than I expected, that I would need to change so many things. For example, bread. I was eating bread every day, but it turns out that glutamine is not good for your body, like many other things. So I had to change not one or two, but a couple more things. And this is gonna be about my journey to a healthier life. I'm not using anymore like sugar, grains, refined sugar, grains, potatoes, dairy products, which I kinda knew that they are not so good, but I did not knew that much that they are such a, like almost a poison. But we'll get to that later on the later episodes. And I'm living alone, so that's also the issue. And I'm like an IT person, I'm working with computers, I'm not cooking a lot. So that was also a challenge for me to change all my food and make a more healthy living and do that alone. So if I can do that, I can survive this, that means anyone can. Because like I said, I'm not a cook, chef or anything like that. Usually what I was cooking before, what I was eating, like sandwiches for breakfast, you don't need, it's really easy to make them. For the dinner, usually somewhere outside, and for the lunch, somewhere outside. For the dinner, well, it's something simple. If I'm at home for a weekend, some simple dish with 3, 4, maybe 5 ingredients, that's all. Less cutting, less work, good for me. So I was living like that. And now I started to change. And I decided, let's make a video channel for this change. I will show you that anyone, even an IT guy with almost no skills for kitchen, can live healthy and survive and thrive. Also, I will, well, in my later episodes, I will tell you how I'm feeling myself when I started to change, because like I said, there were some things that I did not like before. So I started to change them, and I will tell you how I'm feeling, what's changing and what's not, what's working and what's not. So stay tuned, I hope this will be useful, and let's go with me through this journey, and let's try to live more healthy life.